Hello, my name's Bill Mew, and I'm here to talk today a little bit about cyber incident response simulations. To join me here today, I have Penny Hayes from the TrustBridge. Penny, lovely to have you with me here today. Please introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your organisation.
Thanks, Bill. We're really happy to be working with you and to be here today. Yes, as you say, I'm the CEO of the TrustBridge. We are an organisation that works with a number of clients to make sure that they're aligned to various regulations. All companies need to prepare under the data privacy and the cybersecurity regulations, and we help companies not only through training exercises, but also practically to implement procedures and policies to help them mitigate the risks of any security incidents and breaches and things like that. We run training courses, workshops, online courses, but what's really important for us is the actual simulation that we're going to be talking about today. And of course, it's especially relevant at the moment, given that the number of breaches and the number of security incidents have been increasing over the last few years. So I think what we're talking about today is incredibly important.
I couldn't agree more. And obviously, not only has the World Economic Forum said that fire drills of this nature are now absolutely essential, there are a number of regulations from GDPR, which mandates a level of testing and assessment, right through to newer regulations such as DORA, which focuses on essential infrastructure in order to ensure that everything is fully resilient. And there are more regulations coming. So this is top of mind for many organizations out there. And I know that you guys have been focusing on seeking to introduce some sort of system. But what are the main business drivers here? I mean, obviously, regulation and threat of enforcement isn't enough. There must be some real added benefits here.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're right, regulation is clearly very important, but really any organisation must be aware of the risks and their entire workforce should be aware of the risks. And of course, prevention is a far better strategy than sort of response, if you like. So there is a need for a cyber incident response plan. No organisation, whatever implementation they've put in place, is 100% safe. So everybody needs to understand the issues that need addressing and decisions that need to be taken, probably in a security incident under great stress. Of course, security incidents are a serious threat to any business, not only financial loss, reputational loss, the lack of trust from their customers and their clients. We've even seen theft of intellectual property, and we've even seen businesses decline. So, of course, there is a far greater threat, really, than the regulation.
And I understand that you can also get a reduction in your cyber insurance premium if you can show that you've done that. And many cyber insurers are now insisting that you have necessary measures in place, including conducting regular testing of this kind. On top of that, if things were to go horrendously wrong, you can actually show to the regulator that whatever happened, you took responsible measures, including doing testing of this kind, and that will be
Yeah,
taken into account if there are any fines or other things. I
yeah.
understand that there are also a number of different ways in which you can approach this. You can do tabletop exercises, you can do PowerPoint. Why is it important to do a fully immersive simulation of the kind that you're talking about here?
Yes, you're absolutely right with regard to the insurance issue. And we know that on average, according to some research, your average cost of a breach is getting up to 10 million US dollars, which is phenomenal. So clearly the insurance companies are encouraging people to take these exercises. But of course, classroom training and online training is all very good. But I think the immersive workshop that we're talking about here really brings a sense of urgency and sort of almost the real life situation of any organization whilst operating under great stress. So that heightens the learning experience. If you can learn to respond in as realistic a situation as possible, that is actually going to be a great advantage. But you're right, the regulators are encouraging people to have rigorous testing to satisfy them. And very possibly, if you are fined, the reduction in the fine could well be greater if you've shown to have a plan and to have been taking training seriously. One thing I
And
must
I,
say is we're very keen that the senior management takes part in these simulations because they're ultimately responsible, so they need to be involved in all of these exercises that we're doing.
Yes, otherwise it's a bit like having the understudies attending every single rehearsal for a performance. When it comes to the actual performance itself, the real actors don't know their lines. And it's important, I think, to have a lot of immersive experience to make sure that you've got the muscle memory, the ability to respond and to act as a team in this manner. It's a bit like a driving test where it's all well and good doing the theory side of the driving test, but if you don't have any road experience, then I'm not sure I'd want you learner drivers on the road or to be let free based on purely a theory test. Anyway, so I know that you're looking to offer a new service. Tell us a little bit about the service and how it's delivered.
I love that analogy of the learner driver. You're absolutely right. So yes, this immersive experience can be a face-to-face in the offices of the organisation, or it can be done equally as well virtually. We can take up to 30 participants, and we feel it's quite important that every single department in an organisation is involved. That's operations, that's IT, HR, finance, even communications and marketing. So it's important that they're all there. So we offer seats for about 30 participants, and we can actually run this with a scenario that's bespoke to the organisation itself, or we have already a scenario set up that we can run. What we actually are able to offer is a fully immersive experience for the media and broadcast and social media platforms, a little bit like what we're doing today.
And I believe that not only can we use this studio here, this virtual studio of ours, to insert really meaningful news broadcasts to bring a simulation to life, but also there's a fully immersive email environment that they can interact with each other, fully immersive social media environments, so that they can truly simulate exactly what the experience is like. In the sort of driving test analogy, helping to gain the sort of road sense that they really need. And in terms of the workshops that you deliver, I believe there's a full workshop which includes the sort of simulations we're talking about, and using the facilities we here now can see to provide broadcast media training, to put executives on the spot to see how they'd fare under pressure. So a fairly comprehensive experience, and I'm sure that will be of great use to others. And being able to deliver it either on site at their offices or remotely like this, but also in a hybrid manner. So maybe they'll have a setup at a main office that where we're there with them, or they can have a regional or international offices dial in. Hopefully that will cater for everyone, and with scenarios tailored to their needs, it will meet everyone's needs. So we're looking forward to seeing more from the TrustBridge, and we hope to see people pick up this fantastic opportunity soon.
Thanks, Bill. That's absolutely what we want.